Press girlfriend buttons. Hi. Good afternoon and good evening. This is a scene for Living World of Darkness. Werewolf in you. So a howl rang out across the sept, calling for Olaf from Sam Sullivan. He told him to meet him by the two picnic tables, whatever, some fucking random location. As soon as he could. He had some bass in his voice, but it wasn't anything too terribly serious. More just a, in my time, not yours, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Even we were so famous for using, as well as the Shadow Lords and the Silver Fangs and things like that. And he's just waiting for Olaf.
Olaf has shown up with his trademark bag of pork buns. It was likely sitting nearby, waiting for a time like this, somewhere in the apartment. There's never not pork buns in the apartment. There's never not pork buns anywhere that Olaf occupies. He's probably put 3 of this person's children through college at this point. And he's not walking slowly. He's power walking it because there was a little bit of that bass in there. And he sits down at the table and pulls out a pork bun and says, "Oh, we are so lucky. I just put him to sleep."
Oh, you mean, oh my god. Will he be alive in 6 days?
Oh, he'll wake up tomorrow with a bit of a headache. I guess put him to sleep is the wrong term. We were trying to, raise the spirits, and I ended up punching him to sleep. But he's sleeping.
Okay.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, no, he'll be fine. A little concussion never hurt anyone. It strengthens the brain. I have to do rounds. Come on.
Olaf is now up and mobile with the pork buns.
Steal one of your pork buns.
Olaf lets this occur.
So, I'm not going to lie, you fucking worried me. And I was going to throw a couple of wolf spirits at your face and maybe some lightning and stuff like that, so do a big show about it. But I realized that you don't really need it. You seem to be coming around. I realize you're suffering from massive culture shock, and I don't blame you. When I first came here from Germany, I told you I had it as well. But it seems as though you are righting yourself a little bit. I don't have so much reason to be worried about you anymore. But I heard you have something to be worried about.
Well, there's lots of things to worry about. I mean, you got this thing going on right now. There's real scrub on that mission. Oh boy. Oh jeez, I was so upset. You just watch his face change, and all of a sudden, it's like we're back in the olden days. Oh. But and then there's our cousins to worry about. I'm always worried about them. They get into so much trouble, it seems. Like people get into trouble, but it's not like they can handle it all the time. I haven't even seen half of them most of the time. I only just now, for the second time ever, saw Sina, and she does not look like she's in a good place right now.
No. Nope.
And I was a little tad bit worried about the whole Liz's side of the family and my side of the family things. Some people got histories and memories that run real deep. And maybe in some of the olden times, my people were not so nice to everyone. Certain opinions ran rather strong.
Yeah.
But that got resolved. But, I try to, in a way, be kind of a guardian to the kinfolk, and they worry at their inability to do as we do.
It occurred to me that there are ways to help our kinfolk that they're going through right now. But it would require someone who would be willing to focus the time and the attention on.
Wait, there's a thing for all of them right now?
Well, I think so. I think there are some things that could help them.
What's that then?
Then, one of the things that is preventing them from coming onto the set is, as I understand it, is possibly their identity. But identity is something that can be altered, or the spirits or things can read it with talents and fetishes to manipulate the essence so that people don't realize who, what is coming or going. You know, like when you see this movie, Harry Potter and Deathly Hollows, I think it's the first one, when they
I
all
haven't
made,
seen that movie yet.
yeah, they all made everybody look like Harry, so that they could bring them to one place safely. Why can't the kinfolk have this done to them?
Huh. I think that perhaps what I thought was wrong with them is not what is wrong with them.
What do you think is wrong with them?
Yeah, frankly, I think they're terrified of us.
Well, I did execute a kinfolk right before I showed up.
I heard about that, and the thing that happened to the other one, I'm sure, but to them looking in, there's a pattern of death and mutilation.
Yeah, there is. But unfortunately, it does not seem as though it is something they can resolve. It has been now over a month.
I don't know what is going on with them that they, by some edicts, cannot enter. I don't think I've ever heard anything like that aside from one of them in the Vegas the terms. Um, Maybe there's something, I don't know what it is. I thought that they were just banned for security reasons, but that didn't seem altogether true. And with Liz being allowed to go about and then suddenly not wanting to be about.
Um, are people from Minnesota and like two harbors in that area? Are they of German descent?
Some of them actually. It's a lot of Scandies and a lot of German types. Lot of, I mean, this is America. There's a whole lots of all kinds of people, but historically, oh, he's about to go into it. The way I was taught
I rub my face. I'm gearing
is
up for it.
that back in the days when people immigrated here in large numbers from the Europe and places like that, there were some immigrants who could only buy their way in so far. The farther you went inland, the more expensive life became and land became because it was seen as the frontier. And people could make a lot of money selling land that they didn't actually own. And so you had the Scandinavian immigrants and the Germanic immigrants, just at the time things shift, were able to go further inward because they could buy more. And so you end up with places like Minnesota having a lot of Scandinavian type people, a lot of Germanic type people. And then closer to here, you had other types of peoples, though there were obviously exceptions. I know that a lot of other kinds of immigrants, they bypassed the Midwest entirely and went all the way to the other coast, which was a big deal at the time because there was all those hubbubs about gold and good weather and vineyards and whatnot.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much the entire reason. Money.
That, that's all your story?
Well,
I am
yeah, it's just
way,
something.
way too used to you going on for much longer.
Well, I mean, there's the stories of my life that are complicated because I can see all the details from my eyes. And then there's the stories I was taught to pass the GED, which are very simple because it's the GED. And social studies and history was one of the things.
I want you to continue to grow and develop as a person, but please don't ever change.
Sure.
Squeeze his shoulder. Just please stay as you are. I need you to. I need you.
Well, very well.
Remember, develop, grow. Please keep that. Whatever it is that makes you, you. I need it in my life. You're going to keep me from blowing my head off one day. Watch.
Oh, no, don't do that. That would be such a mess. And then we'd have to, get all the bits. And then we'd
Yeah.
have to build the pyre. I don't even think you can build a proper pyre, so we'd have to drive all the way upstate. And think about, what if we got pulled over and they're like, "Why, you got a dead salmon there?" And I'd say, "Officer, how do you know his name is Sam?" And they'd say, "Hi, I got you," and probably be, one of them tricksters. But still, it'd be very inconvenient.
I will avoid killing myself just so that doesn't happen.
Think of all the wood we'd have to use for the pyre too. It's a big deal. You have to spend like all day chopping, chop, 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 and you're sad, so your heart's not in it. It takes twice as long, and then you have to stay there till the whole fire burns out. You can make sure there's nothing left but ashes, and you're just so sad. And now you're all sooty. It's just the worst.
And
And
I'm a big
usually
guy.
people are kind of only putting half into it, so the food's not as good.
I'm a pretty big guy. Yeah. Need
Yeah,
lots of.
there'd be so much wood. Think about the animals, Sam.
See animals.
We're gonna have to cut down so many trees to burn your huge body.
He doesn't face palm. He just nods like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But I'm out of game. Like, oh god. Oh yeah, I guess. You could spare me, Like,
No, that's not a good idea.
oh? Why not?
Okay, so last night I rolled 3 successes on a get lore. I'm gonna carry that over, maybe. I don't know.
I don't care. I came for fun.
Okay. Well, there are legends of my people from the olden times, like before people really had a mind to write things down. And even when they try to pass it on orally, it gets all wibbly wobbly. Basically, there are forces that can bring in these stories the dead back to life, but against their brothers. And it is from there the reason of burning our dead so that they cannot be raised in the service of our enemies, especially Odin.
His face just looks like, what? Okay, I understand. But, point being, still, I think that maybe we might want to consider after the tree, if the thing with the kinfolk is still going on, maybe we could, help, maybe?
That is a good idea. Obviously, there are currently more pressing concerns that we will have to attend to, but
They don't see
in
him
the
in
future, yes, in the future, it would be good to see if we can help them with their troubles.
Yeah, definitely. And I am going to have to go. Are you free tomorrow night?
I didn't
In
catch
Italian.
like the last word.
Are you free tomorrow night?
Oh, probably. Sometimes I kind of walk a beat for Travis. I never really see him eat or stop or you know like have to go do anything that a body normally has to do. Felt really really bad because it's like he's just walking Central Park all the times. I've only seen him outside of Central Park twice and maybe 3 times. I'm not sure in like my whole time here. It's kind of disturbing.
You want to know something about Travis that I've realized? Travis has seen a lot. More than someone his age should have. And he loves this sept a lot with his whole heart. And he loves Leah a lot with his whole heart. He loves so much with his whole heart, his whole mind, his whole body and spirit, that it fuels him, it feeds him, it pushes him forward. But I think if he stopped, like me, if he didn't push more harder, it would he would turn inward, and it would begin to eat his soul, and that would make him starve. It sounds as though that was a very personal association as well. Like he believes that about Travis, but it's coming from a personal place too.
Oh, that's no good.
Yeah. So maybe it is best that he keeps himself busy. He seems happy in the end. Leah seems happy with their relationship. And the sept is safe.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah, she seems real happy with him. Oh gosh, last night, oh geez. She was getting so happy with him that me and Liz had to like go. It was awkward.
I had to leave. I had dinner with somebody. I had to go. But I'm going to be going with Emmett into the Cyber Realm for a quick trip for Lady Lightning. But I cannot take many people because I can't take anyone with me. I have to go by myself. I don't want to. That actually seems genuine. It doesn't seem like he wants to leave the pack behind. I don't want to. I have to. But I'm not in control of the mission. And only I am invited to go. Only I have been asked to go. It's for the totem and for sept, retrieving a fetish. But tomorrow, if we can, I would like to form the pack and do this
We
ritual.
must be ritually bound, or else there are aspects of our laws that shan't protect us in the future.
And I would like
Already
to
I can think of the many things that would go against us if we were not to be bound soon.
Yes. I also would like to take. I would like to take our connection with us into the realm, so that I may carry you with me and draw strength from it as well.
Oh, I don't like spiders. They're gross.
I'm sure they don't like you either.
I bet not. Ugh.
Smile at them. So, my dear Olaf, how... He'll just shake his head. He's kind of passing like by water, and he says, I wonder how far the ripples will go.
Well,
Utter faith moment.
usually it has something to do with physics.
I was talking to Ren, and we were talking about memento mori and the actions of Alan and the pack. And I told her that I wasn't looking at the rock right now, I was looking at the ripples it left behind. That was my focus.
Olaf visibly struggles with this metaphor that he was not there for. Oh.
He'll bend down and he'll pick up like an acorn or something. They'll leave ripples, and he'll take it and he'll say, "This is memento mori." And he'll take it and he'll kind of lob it into the water to where it lands basically straight and creates ripples. And he says, "Memento mori has created that. They have made waves, ripples. Right now, I am looking at the ripples of their actions to get a better picture of them. Actions speak louder than words. And so therefore, what they have left behind in their wake, the ripples of what is going on, is where we will find the truth of what has happened to that pack. And so therefore, I'm looking at the ripples instead of the rock. right now. I am wondering how far Trip was going.
Well, that's a good question. I would say that the best course of action is to assume that anything the missing ones that I have heard of could have compromised, can and will be compromised, and more than likely in the near future, many will die.
Probably.
Both our brothers and sisters and our cousins.
Hmm.
As it is with these things, when a link in the chain breaks, the rest falls to the floor. So, there will be death, there will be loss. It is the fate of our people to experience these things, though it is not good. But that's about the long and short of it. A lot of people are going to die, and now the weather.
Yeah, the Shadow Lord looks like that really should have affected him more than it did, but it didn't. It just really didn't. He'll just nod like, yeah, you're right. Right. They've come full circle around what he's been doing rounds on, and he'll say, "Do you want to finish my rounds with me? Well, do you have
Uh,
something to be?" He'll yawn, tired.
well, I'm not sure if I'll be called somewhere. I'm kind of in high demand sometimes, but
So just, yeah.
I can at least try to stick with you as long as I can, unless something comes up.
Okay, that would be fun. And he looks as though he's in that state where it looks like he's kind of catching up to his second wind. He looks tired, but like he's coming into his second wind, so he'll be fine basically. He could probably use a cup of coffee or something, but he'll just keep walking around with him and making not small talk with him, but just talking with him. You know, packmate's packmate. And I think with that we can end our scene.
Indeed.
So thank you, players, for playing, player for playing, and watchers for watching. There's another scene in Living World of Darkness.